Record this. Good morning. Yes. So, welcome to those of you guys who are new to the circle. I'm feeling a lot of blah today, so if somebody wants to open up their mouth and say something, that would be great, because you guys make me want to like run upstairs with my kids and go have fun, because this is rough this morning. This is volunteer. I'm a volunteer, so let's get it together. Okay.
Well, I'm excited for the floodgates to open. I'm just excited to continue to take this month by storm. I just enrolled some new distributors, so I'm excited to get them up and going, especially using the new resources we created. Talk about preparing what you pray for, preparing for what you pray for. Like, it's so crazy. We got together, we prepared something for new distributors, and then I kid you not, like, minutes later, we got the announcement about the discounted kits. So God is moving. Like, I want to say Rachel told us last week, don't be disrespectful by being surprised, or by being surprised. Like, you can be excited, but don't be surprised that God is going to move in our favor, and that the things are going to start to happen that we've been decreeing and declaring all year. So I'm excited. And I'm claiming my spot at the winner's circle. Woo! First time going on a corporate trip, earning my way, earning my spot, my seat at the table. I'm excited about that too.
For those of you guys who don't know what Brittany's talking about, we created a newbie cheat sheet, and it is like right now, if you don't have any newbies, there's no point in you having it. Go enroll somebody, and then your diamond and above leader will get you all added into it. It'll be a distraction if you do not have any new distributors. But if you have a new distributor or you are a newbie, then we want to get you connected to it so that you're able to coach them through it. So I'm actually not adding my distributor. If you don't do a welcome email yet, you need to. I don't care if you just started yesterday and you signed a distributor, you need to do a welcome email, and it's literally duplicating what was sent to you. If your enroller is not sending out emails, that's fine. Reach out to me or whoever's above them, that's a diamond and above leader, and you can get connected to the emails. If you are capped to me, you got an email. You got an email unless you signed like years ago. So everybody should be sending a welcome email, and I think I can actually update it in the money squad. Yeah, so that, because I know we have it in there. I don't know if we have it pinned to the top or not, or in the files, but we'll get it put in there so that you're able to do that. It's just it kind of gives them just a checklist. It gets them we actually need to update the game plan checklist. That's something we need to look over, and see what's in there based on what we do. It gives them the link to the launch pad so that they're able to add themselves. Stop adding people to these things. You want them to be an effective business partner, right? You want them to be able to open up an email and click a link. You want them to read their emails. Like, we don't send emails for our health. Like, you want them to be an effective business partner. And I'm gonna tell you this, stop telling people yes when you go check out at the store. How y'all can say yes to them all the time at the store, but you can't say yes to nothing else? Y'all know what I'm talking about. That's why y'all got 1,000,001 emails. That's why some of y'all got 1,000,001 credit cards. Say no. Hashtag year no. Do you want to be on our email list? No, to get a deal. You'd be like, well, it's one time I come back, I'm gonna want 10% off. Like, girl, what is that? Say no. Like, stop. That's why you got me thousands of emails trying to hurry up and get everybody off. Like, go away. Can't even get the real stuff that I actually need. Got to put them on VIP so I can actually get the email. I'm missing bills. Like, I didn't even know y'all emailed me. Like, I got 50,000 email actually. Lord, it's 100,000 something. And I'd be like, they don't want to hear that. They like, girl, we emailed you 5 times. I'd be like, bruh, I missed it. I missed all 5. And it's just my story. So check your email and put your enroller, and it works on VIP. Your enroller and it works should be on VIP. They should be VIP so that you get their notifications and you get them to a special place. Okay. So if you have a new distributor, please let your enroller know and they'll get you added so that you can coach them through it. It's actually working very well over here. And so hopefully you guys will experience the same thing. But yes, like Brittany said, like I had this urge in my heart, like we had to finish it. Like it was just a sense of urgency. It was like, we need to get this done. And I ain't gonna say, is she on? I ain't even gonna talk about her. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about her. But anyways, we ain't gonna talk about her. But as soon as it dropped, it would drop before we was finished, but we didn't know that it had dropped before we had finished. It's cool. But it was like it's immediately when we became aware that it had dropped, it was like, we're done. Like that was crazy. And it's a great process and we'll continue to make it better as we use it. So that's the whole point. As we use it, we can make suggestions. You can't make suggestions when you're not using something. And so we need you to be able to use it so that we can make it better based on what it is that you're experiencing. Yeah. Don't know what VIP is. So if you have an iPhone, somebody with the Android will have to speak up for the Android users. But if you have an iPhone, if you open up your mail and you go to any email, so you can just click on the email. Like this is my Canva email right here. I could go and I could click on Canva and it'll say, hold on. It'll say add to VIP. And you just click add to VIP. You can do that on any contact. But Google is our best friend. So that's another thing that could help you do those kind of things. I'm sure for Android it's not that difficult. Yep. All right, y'all. So 2 days left for the $79 kits. Let's talk about enrolling distributors. Let's do that. Let's talk about prospecting and enrolling distributors. Let's do that. And so that means if you're not enrolling distributors, we want to hear from you. That's who we want to hear from today.
I can speak personally that I previously wasn't enrolling distributors in the way that I desired, but as I began to speak with Rachel more and assess like my process, like I wasn't making the ask. Like so it's always something I could just say, like, I know that I'm posting, like I felt like I was doing the things, I was putting DT stuff in my stories, like I was doing the things, but when you look at my process and what I was doing, I wasn't doing the entire PMF. So I wasn't messaging to get the distributors. So now that I'm actually messaging to get the distributors, I'm having more, not everything is a yes. I mean, I'm going for the no, but I'm getting more people to invite to the opportunity. Like I'm getting more opportunities. So that has been very helpful for me because it has changed my attitude, it's changed my mood, it's changed my outlook, it's changed my view, it's changed so many things. Even though I'm not necessarily getting the yes just yet, I know that the yes is coming.
Well, that would be me. My stuff is just all over the place. I'm just gonna tell you. As me and Brittany was going through it on Saturday, looking at it, I was just all over the place. So I can see going through my messages why I wasn't successful in getting my DTs. So we working on that now. So hopefully, I will be getting DTs this month because I know what I need to do now to be more effective. I was doing the steps. I was putting up my stuff, my post and everything about the DTs, and I was even putting getting hosts to post up, but I wasn't getting it. What little interaction I got, I guess the way that I was following it was not effective. So that's where I was. So we working on that.
I would like to, I would like to have a review of maybe my process, because that has been my struggle the entire time that I've been in It Works. Never really had a problem with getting loyal customers, even though it's been a little slow lately, but the getting the distributors that I want has always been a problem. I mean, and then I would get the distributors that were not coachable and wouldn't follow, what I was sharing with them to do. So I would like some coaching on techniques of prospecting the distributors and also getting them into a productive manner.
So I want to say this. Thank you guys for sharing that. So I want to say this. One thing that I have realized when I look at all of y'all pages, a lot of y'all, is you don't share you. And this is why I'm loving the fact, why I'm starting to understand why God is having us do this My Whole Self series, because y'all want, if we were in living rooms, it would be different, but we're not. Like, we are social media marketers now, like by choice. You don't have a choice. You don't have a choice. So when you go to your page and I don't see you, I don't see your kids never in your stories. You want this perfect life. You live with all these different people, but you never see them in your story. Like, it's so weird. It's like, I'm trying to still figure you out. Like, I'm not saying yes because there's so much uncertainty. People buy people, not product. There is way too much uncertainty when people look at your pages. Y'all know what I'm saying? It's different when you're in a room with someone. That's completely different, right? That's different. But when somebody is just watching your life, that's good, Leandra. And I'll talk to you. I'll let you, after I go, you can talk because you've been signing a lot of people. We got to get your people launched. But when you're watching somebody, just think about it. Like, when you're watching, is there anybody that you really trust besides me? Because I said this last time, and you will purchase if they said something. Like, if they was like, oh my God, it's changed my life, you'd be like, oh, okay, add to cart. You know what I'm saying? Like, 9 times out of 10, you know their whole life. Well, what they show as their whole life. You may not know all their business, but like, you feel like you know their whole life, right? So y'all gotta open up. You can't be so guarded because people want to be a part of something. People want to be a part of something. It's some stuff about y'all. Y'all ain't even sharing y'all one-on-one. I'd be like, wait, you live with who? Like, I didn't even know. Are you embarrassed? Like, get over that. Like, we don't get over, like, get over. How can you make your cup half full? You got how many kids? Like, bro, I've only seen one kid on your page. Like, I could have sworn you was a mama one. Where your other kids? Wait a sec. Like, I remember asking Tiffany, I was like, bro, you cook for all them kids? Like, how? What that look like? Do you get food stamps? Because I'm trying to figure out how you feed them. Like, for real. People want to see that stuff. I don't know you. And then I'm like, I join you and I'm like, who is this girl? Like, I don't even know you. So I'm gonna tell you, that's a big one for signing distributors. And sometimes the only way to start sharing that stuff is when you start looking at yourself in the mirror and being okay with what you see. Be okay with what you see. And I'm not saying you got to tell all your business, but I'm going to tell you that people will buy quicker from somebody they know than somebody they don't know. And that's how Mary had a little lamb. That's all Mary had a little lamb. Y'all get what I'm saying? Like, they will. And so I get, go ahead, Brittany.
It's so crazy because Rachel talks to me about this all the time. I think I get a little bit more leeway with it because I go live a lot. And so I do talk in my lives and they feel like they know me from that. But if you're not watching my lives and you're just looking at my page, you don't know a lot about my life. And it like we were talking about it, and she had actually called me and somebody else out on the 7:30 and was like, look, I gotta worry about my husband and like sharing and making sure that it's okay for me to share certain stuff, but you guys don't have any limits placed on you when it comes to sharing about your life. And I just had to be honest with her and say, like, look, I don't share because like I'm not proud of some of the stuff. I'm low key embarrassed. Like, so I don't want to share. And so she was just like, look at your cup as half full. And like even the fact of me being able to pay off debt because I'm staying with my mom. Like she's like, why you didn't post that? Like why you didn't share the fact that you're paying off debt? Like people want to pay off debt, especially in this time, and you're doing that. Like um how can you be okay with the space and time that you're in? Like how can you maximize it and be okay and share it with the way of the cup being half full as opposed to being embarrassed about where you are? So that is definitely something that I am working on. Cause yeah, like I just had to be honest with her and be like, look, I'm just not even proud about some of this stuff. And allowing her to then shift my perspective and say, like, bro, you should, because even though you feel like you're at a certain spot, other people would even desire to be there. Like, so.
It's hi y'all. So I actually stepped away from my work computer so I can focus really fast, because that message is for me. And I feel like kind of echoing a little bit of what Brittany said. I go live every day. But again, I'm going live pretty much from the same two spots, right? Like every single day. It's typically me. I share, a little bit about my family, but kind of like with Brittany, not necessarily in a situation that I want to be in, like this is not my space. It's not, it's not the even going live making my coffee was a struggle for me, right? Like it was like, okay, Sam, you got to get over it, right? Like just get on the computer and go live. I relocated back to New York 2 years ago, and I'm in my mom's house. This is not my space, right? Like, and so sometimes I'm like, this is not my space. This is not the vision that I have for my life. But I know, one, I came to help my mom, but I have a husband who is extremely private. Like, and when I say I'm talking private to the why do you go live so much kind of private, right? Like, and trying to get him to understand, like, this is business. And sometimes even some of my posts, he's like, who are you talking to? I'm like, the person that the message hit, like he doesn't understand that. Like he doesn't understand this business and how we have to attract people to this business. And that's a big struggle. So listen, kudos to you that don't have to run. I look at my post like, okay, how he gonna feel about this post? Like, and it's so much of our lives that we don't share, just because, one, the line of work that he's in is a little bit different than me, right? Like people are naturally attracted to him because he's an entertainer, and he doesn't, it's like you don't show those vulnerabilities on that side of, and it's, so that's difficult. It's a struggle. And I try to work through that every day, and still sharing snippets, but not the nitty gritty, right? Like not that underneath, because that underneath, like is, I'm sure it'll change somebody's life, but at the same time, I gotta save my marriage, and he ain't there yet. Like he's not there yet. I'm sure it's somebody on my timeline that want to ask me, well, what? I don't ever see the daddy. You always got your grandbaby. Where is that baby daddy? Because they thought my 16-year-old had a baby, and I'm like, no. But I'm not gonna put my son's business out in the street about where he at, right? Like, and it's like that message it's hard, like that's hard when you have things going on, and you just are not comfortable with being that vulnerable.
I want to talk about what Victoria just put in the comments. It's not about it being someone's business. It's not. It's literally about discernment. It really is. It's discernment. It's discernment, because the Bible says we're overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. So you have to face it first and be in this space. Eric Thomas talks about it all the time. So like if you've been binging him for years, he talks about you overcoming. And then sometimes the stamp of approval of your healing is actually open up your mouth and saying something. And it may start, we talked about this a while ago, right? It may start with just a friend, like telling a friend, like that could be a big deal to tell a trustworthy friend and saying, hey, like, this is what I'm going through in life, because you've been keeping it to yourself, like keeping it to yourself. And then it may eventually make it to your social media. Like it may not make it to your social for a while, but there's a process to it all. There's a process to it all. I think my husband and I, we have an understanding. And when I feel super uncomfortable about it, I will ask, but there's certain stuff that no longer bother us. It no longer holds us hostage. So I'm able to go ahead and share those things, So I think it's discernment. You got to just pray for discernment. You have to get on and share all your business. Like that is not what we're saying, but I'm sure the people who you follow, you don't know I'm sure, I'm confident that you don't know all their business. You don't know all my business. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I do let you in enough to where you feel connected to me. I let you in enough where you feel connected. You feel connected to who you're buying from. You feel connected to who you're joining in the business. You feel connected to who's leading you. You feel connected. Right? And so that's the thing. Everyone communicates with you connect. And if you have not read that book, you should read it. It's by John Maxwell. Everyone communicates, you connect. And I honestly, like if you are married, yeah, for one, if you don't have a date night, start it. For real. Is Brian on here? Date night, he owes me because of basketball season. So I just wanted to let him know in front of everybody. But if you don't have a date night, you set up a date night, like for real. It's important. You need an uninterrupted time. I know Cammie was like, if you could make your date night working, absolutely not. Some of y'all ain't had no date nights at all in forever since before you was married. So you need to go ahead and set your little hour or two to the side, put your phone to the side, because 9 times out of 10, they complain about your phone anyway, and give them that uninterrupted time. And I say uninterrupted because I do my date night without my phone, but I know a kid gonna interrupt me. So how I'm gonna let the phone and kids interrupt me? Like we got about 30 minutes and one of our kids gonna want something. So until we able to just get away, like I need to give him that uninterrupted time. And sometimes it's not watching a movie. We like to watch movies, but sometimes it's like, let's play dominoes and just look in each other's eyes. Like, let's do some things to connect in this moment, because then you can have those conversations. Then you can work through those things. Like if you're not connecting with your spouse, but you're still going through life, guess what? That stuff is not under the rug. It's under the rug, but it's piling up, whether you believe it or not. Like that's your second relationship after God. Like that's your second relationship, God and then your spouse. And if you're not connecting and communicating with your spouse and doing the hard things and loving your spouse for who they are, or even just like Eric Thomas was just talking about on here, you married them for the 80. Why are you always so concerned with the 20? You married them for the 80. They still had that 20 back before you got married. You just didn't know because y'all wasn't married. So focus on the 80 and let God change the 20. And worry about your 20, because I'm sure your 20 ratchet. I'm just saying, because that was for me. I'm for real, because I'm sure my 20 is probably very ratchet. He ain't said nothing in the comments, did he? Look, he talking about lunch over. I'm full. Woo, that is hilarious. Okay, some of y'all have no idea what that means, but Jesus.
Hey, Ship, can I add something to that? Because I was actually talking to a distributor yesterday, and we were talking about posting and being vulnerable when you post. And it's really about shifting the perspective. It's not about who I'm gonna let in my business or who I'm gonna allow get in my business. It's really about showing how good God is. And that's really the perspective shift that I was talking to her about last night, because she was going through things with her family, and she's like, I'm not going to post because, you know, they're going to talk, they're going to do this and it's going to be negative. I was like, no, but by you posting and by showing how good God is to you and how he's blessing you with a business and surrounding you with people that are uplifting you and doing all the things that you need in this time, he's getting the glory behind it. And somebody else will understand, and they'll see that they too, in spite of what they're going through, can make it and still go through, you know, the daily motions and being positive. So it's about perspective and how you shift it. And I told her I was vulnerable with her, and this is something that God is working with me on, because I don't really open up to a lot of people. So I was telling her, like, hey, like, I've been in a relationship that I had no business in, you know what I'm saying? And somebody controlling, and found out they were crazy, you know. But listen, I was like, if I let that prevent me from posting and being positive and sharing how good God is, and how I'm now in a space that I'm surrounded by people, like-minded people that are positive and doing what it is, then I gave the enemy the win. I gave him the win to stay isolated and to stay quiet about my story. And I told her, I was like, you just have to share. You don't have to share everything, but you being out, being a light, going live, that's giving God glory. And that's telling the devil, I'm not going to be quiet. I'm not going to be sitting here sad and depressed and feeling sad for myself. I'm going to do the things that I know that are going to push me forward. So go live and share, and showing yourself is only going to benefit you in the long run.
Leandra?
I'm here. Can y'all hear me? Hello. I as far as when I started speaking up, because when I was married, before, he didn't know for 6 years I was on antidepressants. He didn't know anything about it. But nobody knew, because I didn't want to hold myself accountable. I knew if I talked about it, that I would have to do something about it, and I didn't want to do anything about it. So now what I'm doing is, with me talking about it, it's holding me accountable. So people are expecting me now to not go back, to not go do that. So when I'm talking, it's like I'm inviting people to church. You know, when you first go to church, you get saved, everybody, you can come, everybody come. You know, so that's what it's pretty much about. I'm inviting people to the atmosphere. I'm inviting people to the environment. You know, that's what I'm doing, because I know it's changed my life. So I'm technically testifying to people. And when you get up and when you testify, I mean, that's just what you do. You open up, because God has helped you, and you're held in you want them to hold you accountable as well. But that's it.
Yes. I got in there. That's good. That's it. Like, it's ignorance on fire. Like, you just gotta be excited. Like, excited about the potential of what's about to happen in your life. And here's the thing: what's about to happen in your life? Hope deferred makes the heart sick. What's about to happen in your life? What's about to happen in your life? Some of y'all like, well, girl, I don't know. So that's your problem. That's why you can't recruit nobody. I'm for real. Well, your energy, you so dry. Like, you're dry. That's why when I hopped on here, listen, and y'all, some of y'all don't know me, and that's okay. I'm sorry. I'm always saying things. I'm not sorry. Oh, I'm gonna say I'm sorry if it make you feel better. But I am not apologetic for my words, because maybe the delivery, but not the words. Because I'm gonna just keep it 100 with you, because if I'm feeling this when I hop on here, your post probably dry, your messages probably dry, your kids probably think you dry. Like, your friends probably be like, she dry, but she our friend, so we just, we let her come sit with us, like, they probably just, she always dry. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just start to accept people for who they are. But today you're going to be different. Like, you're going to decide to be different. Like, when you get up, you have to decide. It's a decision. It's like Eric Thomas just said. Like, if it take you to get up at 5 a.m. to get to the money, guess what? You a morning person. Stop going against the grain. Like, going against the grain. Well, I'm not a social media person. Like, yes, you are. You joined the social media business. Like, say it. And I make it clear. Be like, are you a coffee person? I am a it works coffee person. Like you're saying, like, I don't like regular coffee. I don't, but do I drink coffee every single day? Absolutely. But I get to be specific. So when people are like, do you drink coffee? Yes, but only this coffee. Like I won't drink anyone else's coffee unless I'm just in the mood. You know what I'm saying? Like just, or, you know, I don't know. God has delivered me from that because I feel like I don't even need Starbucks no more because it just doesn't do my life justice. Did Monica, you got something you want to say? Yeah, if you're bored, it's because you're boring. Yeah.
Yes, I do. I had to run back. I'm sorry. So yeah, excuse me. I am at work. So what I do is I'm a medical assistant from morning all the way from 8 to 5. I get up, I join the prayer meetings, I get my inspirational post up. I think right now what I'm having, what really hit me when we had that devotional earlier that you put up was managing my time. And I know that's something that me and Brittany have been talking about, managing my time. And I think that's where I'm having a big issue at. Like, I try to respond and, you know, interact with my social media while I'm working, but it kind of is like draining me because it's like what I'm looking at is how I've been trying to do it is I'll speak to people early in the morning, like me and Brittany discussed, try getting up, you know, an hour early and getting everything out. So I do that. But my thing is the people that I'm dealing with, if I don't respond right then and there, I lose them. I completely lose them. And then I try to go back and, you know, when I have my breaks at, you know, 12 or 1 o'clock, most times I don't get a break. So I'm not responding back to people till after 4 o'clock, after 5 o'clock in the evening. So it's like at that point, I've lost them. And, you know, it's really hard for me to try to get them, you know, reel them back in to be interested in buying the products. So I think that's where I don't think, I know that's where I'm needing help at.
All right, so that's so good. Thank you for sharing that. And Terry, we'll get to you afterwards. So here's the thing. Well, this is what I'm suggesting, and then somebody else wants to say something. But my suggestion is number one, your hourly calendar. It's a non-negotiable. So you need to get one like today. Order it on Amazon because Target and them don't be having real good ones. Walmart, no stores have the hourly calendars that we buy. So get it off of Amazon. It's like $10. So get your hourly calendar. And this is for everybody on here. If you do not have an hourly calendar yet, your life is jacked. I'm not even gonna lie, because when I don't use my hourly calendar, my life is jacked. Like it's sitting right here, y'all. And if y'all saw my day, y'all would be like, Rachel, what in the world? But that's real life. I have to know. Ask my husband, he on here. At least once a week, we have a heated discussion about calendaring because I need to know everything. What time you pee tonight? Like I'm trying to figure out. I need to. If you want to shower, you better put it on the schedule. If not, I got a meeting. I'm just playing. I just laugh. But get your hourly calendar. It is so important. Number two, it's not you, it's your network. But you always have to maintain a level head. Like you set the tone for everything. Like I'm not playing. You set the tone for everything. You are the thermostat, not the thermometer. So if they're no longer interested after 30 minutes or even 5 hours, they weren't interested in the first place. So it would just be nice. They were about to be an impulsive buyer. And if they were about to be an impulsive buyer, guess what? They was going to regret that next month when that auto ship ran. So you don't want them anyway. And so really it's time to find somebody you admire on your timeline and ask for a partner to post a post. That's a green light message. You send them a green light message and target the markets that you want to get into. And then I'm going to tell you this, after you target the markets you want to get into, you better rise to the occasion. You can't keep being ghetto wanting to get into a network that's not. Because y'all will lose y'all people. I'm not playing. So when you decide you want better, you have to decide to be better. And I ain't even being shady. Like I am being 100 with y'all. Like even if you are being ratchet in the background, like don't post that stuff on social media. You better unfriend them people that's gonna tag you in that stuff because now your business is about to be taunted and those people gonna unfriend you as soon as they friended you. Like they'll be like, I don't want this on my timeline. Just like you don't want the ratchetness on your timeline, neither do they. So you need to level up to the occasion. Like you're going to have to. Like then it's not fake. And this person that you're becoming, go watch it. The person that you are becoming, these new people will invite that person that you're becoming, because you're becoming the person that would be in the network with these kind of people, not the ratchets. Now, the ratchets gonna feel some type of way. The delete button works really well. And if they come because you're posting public, because I'm gonna post public, I'm not missing no money. I got almost 8,000 followers. So, and on Facebook. So what I'm gonna do is, if you feel some type of way, you can get blocked. Like I do not hesitate to block, and I don't care. Like he said, somebody else just said, John Hannah just said this. Your friends and family too. Like, they can get the block button. Like, stop tolerating people being ratchet in your life. Like, for real. And I feel like at the end of the day, like, God help me to not, because my pastor did talk about this. So sometimes you're not supposed to block them, but sometimes you are supposed to block them. So pray about it and utilize your discernment when it comes to the block button. But y'all got to stop letting other people control your lives. You are the thermostat. At any given moment, you can change your network. Any moment today, I can change my network. I have one person, somebody just came to mind. I'm about to ask her for a partner to post the post, and she's my loyal customer. She's gonna love it. So I'm about to ask her today for a partner to post the post, which is going to get me my 10 host the post up for the day and build me a new network. I just almost deleted 1,000 friends. Why? Because y'all got to go. Like, because sometimes, we'll be on the workspace, and I'll be like, Jesus, I just hit a ratchet network. Like, get behind me, Satan. What happened? Oh my God. And then you don't want to be mean and bogus and be like, I ain't messaging none of these people, because now they like, well, the gummies, sis, the gummies. I'm like, oh, Jesus. Like, I'm like, dang, bro. Like, what happened? So I'm for real. Like, it happens. I'm not gonna lie. Go ahead, Terry.
You a mess. Okay, so it was two things I wanted to mention. Okay, so it was one of them regarding posting, and I remember it made me think about my mom, and it was a while ago, but she had made a comment about, oh, you just so brave to post those before and afters. And the first thing my mom was, that didn't require me to be brave. I'm happy and proud of that. I'm proud of, how far I've come, and that's not even as far as I'm going to go, and, it wasn't like, I think the knee-jerk reaction in me wanted to be upset that there was an immediate judgment on it, but I judged that how I felt it was appropriate. So it really didn't matter what my mama had to say about it to me. I just kind of received it and then corrected it and then, kept it pushing. So then there was that. And the other part that I wanted to talk about, which you asked about distributors, I have a problem with my distributors connecting and, even to situations like this, to MMU, to tips from the top, they just don't get connected, and I don't want to, keep reminding. And I remember, listening to one of the, team meetings one night, and you were saying something about 6 weeks, whether I'm not really sure what you meant by that in clarifying 6 weeks, but I guess it was 6 weeks to communicate or to give them your all until you back off, is what I was kind of gathering from that. But I would like to know how to get them to connect to the vine, so to speak, as opposed to, because I know that once they do, then they can start correcting mindsets and things like that. And I can't continue to pour if they don't want to empty their cup.
Travia, what you doing? Talk about this. I don't know if she's free to talk.
Fam.
Go ahead.
What's up, fam? What's up, Money Squad? How y'all doing? Hey, y'all gonna get off my boy Breon. He holding it down. Don't get on my boy. I'm standing up. Breon, I got your back, man. Hey, but man, there's so much, Rachel. I've been listening. I've been trying to hold back, but hey, I'm gonna roll right through this. I'm gonna speak for myself on one of these topics that you asked about. It's about how to attract more DTs. And you know, with me, I think I'm doing enough. I'm always on live. I'm speaking. I'm doing things like that, but I'm not speaking actually to the distributor per se. I'm speaking to my customer, and for real, I'm not sharing myself more, even though I think I'm sharing, but it's so much more. Rachel spoke on it to me this past week. Lakeisha spoke on it to me. One of my people who watch my live on the regular, she spoke on it, and they were out in California, but they noticed, like, after customers or people, just people in general on social media, they're going to go and stock your page to really see who you are. Like customers, they go, people, they go, like even before they purchase sometime from me, I tell people all the time that 90% of my customers, I've never met them a day in my life. I've never met them. Some of these people on Facebook, I never met them either. They call me my friend. But what they do is they go stalk your page to really find out who you are, what you're about, what you're doing, what your life is about. And then they just start following you from there. And if there's a hesitation in what you're posting, it's going to be a hesitation on people who want to team up with you on your team, plain and simple. And that's just how it is. And we just have to get past that. It's a mindset. But like Rachel always told us, and this is in the Bible, what God has for you is for you, period. What God has for you is for you. So that means even if, and I'm not even going to mind, even if customers or people who want to purchase from you and you don't get back to them within the hours, what God has for you is for you, plain and simple. Sometimes I let them sit there on purpose. Like I'll put up a post and I'll let the post just gain some fire or gain some steam, and then I'll go back and hit on it. I might not hit on it right away, either because at the time I really don't have focus to give to them at that moment. That means I'm not really working. I'm not engaged. I'm just letting that sit out there. So we just have to remember that what God has for us is for us. And it's that mindset, even with me, like I said, being honest, that I definitely have to do more of bringing people into my life, even though I thought I was doing like bringing them in. But just because I go live every day, that doesn't mean I'm bringing them in. They just see me going live. They just see my face. They just see me at that moment. But what they want to see is like that behind the scenes, like what's really going on? Who is this? Does he have anybody? What is he doing? Is he shaking the moon? I see him going live, but what else does he do? You know, people really want to get to know that person before they really jump in. And remember, customers are different from distributors. You are asking somebody to join you. You're asking them to entrust them to you to help change their life. That's nothing small. That's a big part. If you think that's small, that's not small. That's something big. So for them to want to come in and join you, you have to show them what you're going through, how you handle certain things, and then that person who connects with you is going to join you and run with you. So still stay encouraged. Rachel is so right on. I've been stressing this a lot about your time. You have to put where your time is going to go, or your time will run you. You cannot do that. You can't keep saying, and this is some of the excuses that we say, I don't have enough time, or that's too much time, or this is this. And then like Rachel just said, if you look at her time, if you look at her calendar right now, once she hops off probably, and I'm not even there with her, but when she hops off this Monday meetup, you think she just gonna go what? Lay back down in the bed? You think she finna just go sit down and be like, oh, yep, I just did a 2-hour call. Yup, I'm done for the day. Yup, it's just gonna be me and my hubby. No, she got time, right? Bam, 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 bam. And then another call, then bam. Okay, I gotta have time with my husband and the kids. That's a bam, bam. And then after that, bam, bam, bam. Then I got time for myself. If you don't put that down, man, y'all gonna be all over the place. Y'all better put y'all time down. I mean, for real. Because once you put your time down, then you can start really mapping out your plan of attack for what you're gonna do for that day, how you're gonna handle it, when you're not gonna do this, and quit trying to work this business 24/7. Rachel keep telling y'all don't work this business from sun up to sundown. You can't work this business from 5 in the morning to 12 o'clock at night every day. You get burned out. That's not how you do this business. You came into this business to control your time and have more freedom. You didn't come into this business to do that. So when you start to know that time, be comfortable with that time and be comfortable what time you set for when you're going to do what you're going to do, and then stick to it. Quit thinking that you just got to run around here like a rat race. This is not what we're doing. This is not how we're going to build this business long term. Take it from Rachel. Hey, Rachel, I'm on transformation too. Pastor Todd here is so cold yesterday talking about the soil and the seed that drops on the soil. If you're not ready to receive what God is giving you, then your soil is not ready. If you're not going to accept what your enroller is telling you, then your soil needs to be turned over. It just needs to be turned over. If you don't know nothing about grass and soil, you have to turn it seasonally so you can accept, so that the soil can accept more seed that is being planted. So right now, we just need to turn our soil over, because what's happening is the same word, everything that Rachel's doing is the same seed. But what soil is it falling on? How is it hitting you? What we're putting out or what Rachel is putting out, how is it hitting you? How are you receiving it? How is your heart responding to it? I'm telling you, it took, and I'm telling y'all this, quit trying to be so impatient. Be patient, be brave, and be consistent. Do you know how long Rachel was preaching to me about taking my Sabbath? And I was like, nope, I'm not taking my Sabbath, because because that's because my soil wasn't ready. I needed to go back and irrigate my soil and flip my soil. Now, I can't wait till Sunday hit, because I'm like, I am tired. I need a Sabbath. I need to rest. That's because my soil wasn't ready. But now that my soil's ready, I can receive all now of what God is trying to have for me. And it's not that your enroller is trying to tell you something that wants you to do it. This is coming from God. You got to accept it from how it's coming.
You done got muted.
You need, it's not going to always have to come from read, or God's going to speak out of the clouds and say, hey, Brittany, or hey, Damon, or hey, Rachel. It may come through somebody else's voice. So Rachel is the voice that is giving it to you. I got to believe that she is praying and she is looking out for my needs, plain and simple. I don't even give a care if I don't understand all of it. I didn't understand why she kept on saying, take a Sabbath, Damon. She say, and remember, y'all, I'm a pre-COVID baby. So I'm right in her face. She's sitting at the table with me, looking me in my eyes, saying, Damon, you need to take a Sabbath. And I'm looking right back at her saying, no, Rachel, I don't need to take one. I don't need to take it.
It was so heated. Where Brittany at? It was so heated. It was like, and I was so nonchalant, but Damon was all in his feelings. Okay.
Yes.
Like it was bad.
Right, Melanie.
Right.
And Melanie was there too. It was, she said, I was scared.
And if y'all don't know me, I'm so passionate about this. I'm so passionate about certain things that I believe in. And Rachel was like, okay, Damon, okay. But to say all that was that my soil wasn't ready. I just wasn't ready to receive it. And that's the same thing you got to look at with your team that you're bringing in. Even those people who don't want to come on the money meetups, those people who don't want to come show up to different events, those people don't want to show up for the events, you know what you got to do with them? Keep it pushing. Pray for them that they come around. Do you think if Rachel would have stopped doing her Sabbath just because I wasn't lining up or wasn't receiving what she was given, that she knew that was going to be good for my heart and good for me? Do you think she was going to stop and say, well, you know what? The mind don't want to receive it. I guess I better stop. No. She just said, okay, Damon. She said, this is what she told me. She said, okay, Damon. And she kept it pushing. You know, when she said, okay, Damon, that was like, I'm just going to pray for him because he's not ready yet. But as she did that, now I'm on my Sabbath. So now, whatever prayer she did to God, she can say, well, that prayer worked. That wasn't for her. That wasn't for me per se. That was for her too. That was for me and her, because now she knows the effectual prayer of the righteous availeth much. Now she knows that, okay, now I can just do what you tell me to do. I plant the seed, you water it. I planted it, Lord. Now you do what you said you was going to do. That's the same thing with this business. Once you plant that seed, then you got to say, Lord, you do what you said you was going to do. You got to do what you said you was going to do. And you know what? Let me get off her because I'm going in, Rachel. I'm about to go in, y'all. I'm filled up. All right, y'all. I'm gone.
That's real though. He's telling the very truth. He is shaming the devil today I think I told Brian, I was like, bruh, like he was all the way. I said, I've never seen Demond like that. So I must have hit a spot. Cause I was like, he's never responded to me like that before. But I was like, we're just gonna try.
I love you, fam. I love you.
This is
love
choosing to see the best in people, because I easily could have been like, yo, Demond crazy, and I don't fool with him like that no more. Because listen, it's something going on over there, and you just gotta press the right button, and he could pop off. So he might be dangerous. Like you just never know. Like he's scary. You know what I'm saying? Like Melanie said, scary. But I was like, I hit him. You know what? As a mentor, and this is for everybody, when you hit that chord, you actually should be thanking Jesus, because now you've ruffled the feathers. And so now you got them in a place of whether they have to sink or swim. You get to sink or swim now. Now it's not your like you ain't sitting there watching them like you gonna sink or you gonna swim. Like that's not my job. But I know I ruffled your feathers. And so now it's like, well, God, you gonna have to handle that, because that ain't none of my business. So y'all work that out over there. And I'm gonna keep doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And I'm gonna love him through it. And that's what you just have to decide. You have to decide that you're going to love them through it, but you don't stop doing what you're supposed to be doing, and you don't stop speaking the truth. Because at the end of the day, I needed everybody at that table. Like God made that very clear to me. And I think it's because of how we feel like we're saved by our works and not by faith. Like that's just real. And the way that this team used to work, it was ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie. It was very ridiculous. And it was like we lived for the day. We lived for the purchase. We lived for the check. We lived for the prelims. Like I want you guys to be excited about prelims, but not ran by prelims. Because what would happen is you'd see that prelims and they'd be like, how much? Woo! Let me tell you what we've been to do this month. Okay, this month we're gonna take it up to 5 notches, and we're gonna go do the most. Like, no, we're not, and you can't maintain that. And your half your team gonna quit because they think you crazy, and not crazy in terms of vision, but crazy in terms of I don't even know what the word is. I don't even know. I don't even know. And then you're not teaching them how to keep the money that they've never seen in their life before, like money that you've seen, and it'd be gone the next month. It'd be like, bro, you can't make a purchase at the end of the month. Like, bro, you just gotta, your check was like $8,000. Where the money at? Hey, I digress. I got excited. Anybody, my husband on here, he can say, when the music came on during the sermon yesterday, did anybody get up and dance? No, I got up. I was like, don't. I was like, where the money reside? Felt the ratchet come out, Lord, during the service. I was like, Lord, sit down. What is going on? My son probably like, Jesus, who is this woman? What do you do? What you call it? Okay. Anyways, God. So Pastor Hannah, I don't know if y'all listen. I don't know if y'all listen to Pastor Hannah, but yesterday, and if you listen to yesterday, please go back and listen to Bible study on Saturday, because they go together. But when you listen to yesterday, he said something that was like, I want to say this to my team with the mic in my hand. I was like, I need to say this to my team, because he was for real. He was like, you don't look like me. Like, y'all broke. That's what he told the church. He told the church, like, y'all broke. Like, I'm not broke, baby. I'm delivered. What is wrong with y'all? Like, it made so much sense what he was saying. It was good. Like, it was really good. It wasn't like disrespectful. It was something that I needed to hear. Like, I needed to hear it. But it was saying, like, are you blocking the flow of the oil? Are you blocking the flow of the oil because of your lack of your disobedience? And he even said it. He was like, I go to the white churches, and I'm like, it's kind of what Jade said to the leadership. It's what Jay said to the leadership. It's what Cammie said to the leadership. Y'all weren't privy to those conversations, prayerfully one day soon. But pretty much what they said is like, y'all Black. Like, what's the problem here? Like, you guys are really strong. You guys have more faith than I do. You guys have been through more than I've been through. You've overcome more than I've overcome. What's wrong? Like, why don't you guys believe that you guys can do this? Like, I haven't overcome half the stuff. She's like, you guys have degrees. Like, I was telling her, I said, do you know Jay has, what was the number, y'all? 350 diamonds on her team? 350 is what she said. And I was like, girl, what? 350. I bet you that 90% of them don't have a college education. They might even just have like a GED or just dropped out. And I was like, she was just like, let me tell y'all what Jay said. Jay said, I talked to God, and then 2 hours later, he answers me. I was like, I know that's right. Like, how she got that kind of faith? Dude, how does she have that kind of faith? And she was so serious. She's like, man, he answers me in like 2 hours. And she like, don't y'all talk about God all the time. Like, what's wrong with y'all? Do God answer y'all? I was like, I'm just looking like, and then she came back like, I hope I didn't finish. I said, no, we need to hear it. Like, we need to hear it. We need to hear it. Wake up. And this whole I'm tired thing, that's for the birds. You're hanging around tired people. Your mama tired and you hang around your mama too much. Ooh, is that a thing? It is. You talk to your mama too much. And I ain't saying you can't check on your mama, and you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that. But some of y'all know you need to put up some boundaries. Your cousin them tired. You might be talking to somebody all the time who has experienced a lot of death during COVID. Stop talking to them. Pray for them. Put them on your prayer list and move on, because you're not inspiring them. You're not helping them get better if you're not moving forward. You're not helping them at all. Yeah, I had talked to somebody really close to me this past weekend, and she was just saying how like she's isolating and blah, blah, blah. And so I decided upon myself, I was just going to invite her to everything that I could invite her to and just tell her good morning and that I love her. You know what I'm saying? But what I won't do is sit and say, well, what's going on? No. Like, I'm not counseling. I'm not your counselor. And that's the first thing. Well, what's going on? What? No, I'm pray with Jesus. I'm just gonna pray to God that whatever it is that you're going through, that he give you the remedy. But what I'm not about to do is open up the floodgates for you to tell me all your issues, because I can't fix them. Okay, cast your cares on him. Okay, him. He didn't say cast them on me, because then I'd be sitting over here trying to figure out, oh my gosh, she need money. Oh my gosh, she need a sitter. Oh my gosh, she in a relationship and this bad, and her man doing it. Like, I got enough to worry about over here at 10 Pioneer Trail. Like, I got enough going on that I cannot be worried about what you're dealing with. But what I can do is open up Jesus Talk and make sure that your name is in there every single day, and that I'm praying for you and praying that God delivers you, because like Demond said, I know God answers prayers. So I'm going to keep doing that. And any moment that you cross my heart and my mind throughout the day, I speak your name and say, God, whatever it is, touch them. Whatever it is, be with them. God, deliverance. What in the name of Jesus, especially because I know she's not connected the way that she needs to be. And if she would be connected to the Prince of Peace, then she could experience the peace that surpasses understanding. So I'm not here to be her peace. And a lot of y'all think y'all God. I used to say that all the time. I'm not God, and I need to be reminded that I'm not God. I'm not. You're not God. You're not meant to. Some of y'all get so uncomfortable. You get uncomfortable when somebody tell you they issues and you can't fix them. You be so uncomfortable. Because that was me. And sometimes I do, and I just be having to check myself like, girl, tell Jesus. Like, it ain't for you to fix it in their way. It's not for you to fix it. When people tell you their business is to pray, it's not to fix it. And you so worried about fixing people's issues when you can't even fix your own doggone issues. Fix your own car, okay? Get your own ride. Like, just pray about it. You ain't supposed to go get them because they said they ain't got no ride. You're supposed to pray that God provide, not go out of your way and mess up your schedule to go get them. Now, sometimes God will tap you and say, okay, go get them, but he gonna tap you. So let him tap you first, instead of you just being like, he'd be like, I never told you to go do that. You just think you just wanted to feel good about yourself, thinking you've helped somebody. And so you just offering yourself, this is weird right now, that you just offering yourself to other people. Stop doing that. Like, you got enough responsibilities. You haven't even spoke to your kid today. Like, all you did was just get him out the house. Like, you don't even know how your kid is doing today. You didn't even look in your kid's eyes because you're so worried about other people's business. This is real. Like, you talking about, anybody out here be like, I don't have time to call my mom every day or my grandma and check on them? Anybody ever gave that excuse? Like, for real, like I have. So, I mean, just being honest, like, and it got to the point where your priorities are jacked. Like, it's 5 minutes. Every once in a while, and when the calls be so long because you don't call them. Who is this? Somebody mama is praying for them to call them. Like the calls be so long. And if you had a schedule, you could call your mama right before your next meeting. Hey mom, just want to check on you. I got a call here in about 10 minutes, but I just need to check on you and see how your day is going. I was, oh, that was so nice. It's going good, or blah, blah, blah. Or, because they not going to, well, we can pray for them to change, but they're going to be themselves. So let them be themselves and stay out your feelings. Let them do their thing, because they grown. So let them do their thing and talk about your sister and your brother and your cousin, your grandma, whoever. Because, when people older, they be stuck in their ways, and that's fine. Y'all, maybe just me. I'll talk about my own family. They be concerned. They just be concerned and be like, Grandma, I'm gonna pray about that. Or Mom, I'm gonna pray about that with you. And I love you. I just want you to see my face, or I just want you to hear my voice. And I hope you have a great day. And then you get on your meeting. Some of y'all ain't called your mom. I don't know who it is. One of y'all need to call your mom. Your mom is praying to hear your voice. Ooh, I don't know. All right, so we're at the end of time. This was good today. So you guys are going to start coming out of your shell, include myself. I actually just signed somebody the other day, y'all, and she was like my person. She was my person. And I was like, she just wasn't single no more. She's married now, but she was my person. I was like, oh my God. And then I realized I had to have a reality check that my person does not have an iPhone. She's going to get an iPhone because she came to the business, but she has an Android, because when I started this business, I had an Android. I legit had an Android. I did not have an iPhone. I want these upgraded bougie chicks. They got iPhones. If you join this business and you have an iPhone, you bougie. Okay. Only the bougie chicks have iPhones. I was like, I want the bougie chick. Rachel's not bougie. She's not. She wants to be bougie, but she's not bougie yet. But this business will make her bougie. Okay. She's going to come into the bougie fold. But I'm trying to find a bougie girl already. Girl, your green message. I got to use this phone. I can't even translate between two phones, and I'm missing your text messages. Lord. So I'm loving finding my person. And so I'm going to have a talk with her and say, what attracted you to me? Because I want to do more of that. I'm willing to explore and ask questions. When you sign your person, ask them, why did you sign with me? What post was it? Because I need to do more of that, because I want to continue to enroll who I desire. So I did make her buy one. Jesus, Tiffany, I was like, Lord, if you don't use that check and switch over. All right, y'all, we're going to pray real quick and we're going to hop off here. We got the session from 11 to 1. We got the opportunity Zoom at 7 o'clock. I'll be with the Diamonds tonight at 8, and it's on and popping. All right, dear Heavenly Father, God, we just love you. Thank you for, hold on, I got to guess. All right, everybody see my yes. Okay, hi. All right, dear Heavenly Father, God, we just love you today. We honor you. We thank you for all the sharing today, the humbleness, the transparency, God, and how we are working together in order to get to where it is that you desire us to go. God, I'm asking even now that we just let every day be day one, and let us take those baby steps, because it's one step forward. The progress, no matter how slow, it's forward progression. And so, God, thank you for the forward progression. Thank you for how you are showing us who we are so that we can change. God, thank you for the space and this time. Thank you for the messages that were sent. God, we're asking that you just put fertilizer on our seeds today, and let them fall on good ground so that we can harvest immediately. Thank you, Jesus. God, we appreciate it. We praise you for the 10 hosts posts being put up. We thank you for the PMF being completed. We thank you for the spiritual development that you're putting before us, even what we listened to with Eric Thomas. We thank you for the personal development. We thank you for how you are changing and transforming our minds, our hearts, so that we're able to go exactly where you desire for us to go. So we praise you in advance, and we love you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Say bye. Say have a good day. Can you say bye? You see other people? Yes. Bye, guys.